Welcome to episode 7 of Cooking with Kyle. Today we're going to be making tortilla pizza, and I didn't have any breadsticks, so I did have a few pretzel sticks with cheese in them, so I'm going to make some of those to go with it as well. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get our griddle here preheated, and we're going to also get ready to put our pretzel sticks in the toaster oven. The box here says 350 for 5 to 6 minutes, so I'm going to put it on, I don't know, that's maybe 350, and I'll just put it on dark and just kind of keep an eye on them. So I'm going to, I only have 3, so I guess I'm having 3. So I'm going to lay my 3 cheese stuffed pretzel sticks out there on my foil lined sheet. And we're going to put those in till they turn brown and are starting to ooze a little bit of cheese out there. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is take some cooking spray, and we're going to spray that down. Then we're going to take a tortilla and put it on there like that. So now we're going to take our pizza sauce and a spoon, and we're going to scoop out some pizza sauce onto the tortilla. Now, I'm one that doesn't like a ton of sauce on my pizza, so I like to spread it pretty thin. A shout out to Nikki for the recipe for this. She gave me the inspiration to make the tortilla pizza. I know it's nothing compared to Dave's real pizzas that he made. But again, he's Dave and I'm Kyle. Now there's some debate on whether the pepperonis are supposed to be under or on top of the cheese. I'm going to put mine under, so throw my pepperonis on here. Makes a little flour. Now, would you look at that? I got 2 extra pepperonis. Look who needs an extra pepperoni. Here. Everybody gets a pepperoni. So it looks like the top of my pretzel bite is getting a little bit done. So I'm going to switch this just to bake so that the top goes off, so that it maybe doesn't overcook the top, and the bottom and the inside still get done. Okay, so next thing we're going to do, get that back in there. We're going to add our cheese. Now this is Kraft with Philadelphia. It's shredded low moisture part skim mozzarella with cream cheese. So I've heard that whole milk mozzarella is what we should be using, but that's not what I have. So I'm using what I have been using, and I'm just going to spread the cheese around. I kind of made a mess there, so I'm going to get some cheese burnt around on my griddle. So like that. And then we're also going to kind of turn this. Just so that it doesn't. Just turn it around about 180 degrees. Pi radians. Okay. And then we're going to let it cook here a little bit. Melt the cheese. So our pretzel bites just dinged. So I'm going to pull them out and see. Well, they look nice golden brown. The trick, though, is whether they're done on the inside or whether the cheese is still cold. That's the worst thing to happen, is get a pretzel bite that's supposed to have warm cheese in it and still have cold cheese. So they're not cracked. I usually like to have them just a tad bit cracked where the cheese just barely has started leaking out. And this is not quite melted yet either. So since I have a little bit of time, I'm going to put these back in here. I kind of roll them over a little bit. Put these back in here just for, not very long. I'm going to kind of, this bottom is probably starting to get a little brown. Yep. So I'm going to turn my heat down a little bit and let it sit a little bit longer. So I don't want this to get any more brown on the bottom because it's going to start to get kind of burnt tasting. So I'm going to pick it up and move it over to my plate. And then turn off my griddle. Just kind of move it off of the hot and let it cool, and then I'll rinse it off here in a few minutes. Okay, and take these out and plate these. They're still not quite busting yet, but that's okay. So the final thing that we have to do here is slice our pizza, and then we're done. So with a pizza this size, I usually just go 4 slices like this. And there we go. There we have tortilla pizza and some cheese-filled pretzel bites. This has been Cooking with Kyle, Episode 7.